This is Infection, the survival podcast recorded live on Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020, episode 281. You got to give me a pass. It's the first show in June. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Infection, the survival podcast. Infection is your source for the latest information on survival video games. We bring you the latest news, reviews, updates, and more each and every week. My name is Nick Craig. You can follow me on Twitter at Nicholas M. Craig. Of course, you can visit our website, infectionpodcast.com, where you can get our show each and every week, check out our show notes, and all of that other fun jazz. Joining me, as he does, with a fresh cup of water, Brian with an I, Aldridge. How you doing, Brian?
Yes. Well, I'm doing wonderfully. Everything. But now I carry a water bottle. That's one thing you'll notice. Like, people who know me, I carry a water bottle everywhere.
So that's the most interesting thing about you? Like, it'd be like, oh, so...
I'm like that water bottle guy, yeah.
So like, if Brian died tomorrow, and we all went to Brian's funeral, and they're like, oh, what was the one thing about Brian? You'd be like, yeah, he always carried a water bottle. That's what you want. You want to be known as that guy. That's the hill you're willing to die on.
Who I am. I accept it.
Oh, he used to have the nicest water bottles. He was such a good friend.
Yeah, and hey, I don't share my water bottles, so maybe they'll be better. But hey, whatever. It's kind of a weird thing to do. You don't share water bottles.
Who is asking you to share the water bottle?
I don't know. People, if you ever have someone say like, "Can I have a drink?" No.
What do you
get your own water bottle? You can't touch my water bottle.
Nobody
mangoes.
Can share.
No, they will remember. Yes, Green Man has it correctly. They will remember me for mangoes, and I have a bag of mangoes. It's about halfway gone.
Okay,
for a day.
Okay, let's do your intro.
Too much.
I need to go get some water. I didn't derail the intro of the show to get water. I'm going to do it when you do your intro. So please, if you could start your intro, I'm quite parched.
Right. I'll make sure I spin the wheels long enough for you to.
You don't need to spin it long enough. I'm a professional. I'll figure it out.
All right. So if you want to find me at Boise Computer on Twitter, of course, my blog, biteoftech.com. Also, what you can do is if you go to our website, infectionpodcast.com, you can go to the right-hand side. There's a button that says join our server on Discord. If you do that, you can submit news throughout the week. We have a news channel in there that if there's something that you think is relevant to the show, just post it in there. We always review that before each and every episode. A lot of the times the things make it into the episode, so that's great. If you want to get a notification before the live show starts, just click join our Steam group. Before the episode airs, we'll do a little notification. You can come join us live. Also, you can participate in the game giveaways that we do every week. So that's something that you're more than welcome to do. And also, we have our video forms. Those are things that you can either watch live for most of those, or you can watch video after the fact, and that's through Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, and BitChute. If you want to check out our pre and post show, most people don't realize that we do a pre and post show usually, and that is on our website right below the BitChute link, and that's Judd, a person who's been part of our show, fan of the show for quite some time, puts those together each and every week, and we really appreciate that. If you want to listen to the audio-only versions, we have links for all of those in the lower right-hand side, and then show notes for every single episode. So this is 281 episodes up to this point. So
yes, sir.
I think that's it.
Excellent. I'm trying to think what's going on now. I Brian, I'm going to be totally transparent here. I was not there for Friday. Let me explain myself. So I got invited to a barbecue. All right. Now I said, hey, I have a commitment later tonight. So I went to the barbecue, and it rained for like an hour and a half. So by the time that it stopped raining, it was already almost 7:45, and we hadn't eaten yet. So. No. I got caught up in the rain showers, and that's why I wasn't there. So I just want to apologize. I want to apologize beforehand. I can admit when I'm wrong, but in this case, it was God's fault. It rained. So
no,
not my problem.
No, it's fine. And we did have a good time, though. I don't know if you want to talk about that for a minute.
Yes, please. I'd love to hear about it. XERA.
All right. So yeah, we played some XERA. What is it? Survival.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, XERA Survival, and it was actually a lot of fun. There was a point when I thought that I was running into some pretty serious bugs, some really serious lags. And then I realized that Joshua joined us in the game, and he was teleporting me back because I kept running. I was like, I was auto running one direction, trying to go to a specific point, and every little bit, like I felt like it was lag, like rubber banding. It pulls you back.
Yeah,
it pulls you back to a certain point, and then you're running again. I mean, these are H1Z1 memories burned into my head of this. And so he kept pulling me back, and then I finally realized, oh, he's like, okay, it's Joshua, and the reason is he keeps on pulling me back because I keep running away, and he's trying to show me something. So because we were looking at, we ran past one of the bunkers that they have in game now, and we didn't have a key for it. And someone in the chat said, well, you should have a key, because I did stream this on our channel here.
Nice.
And so he opened it for us so we could see the bunkers, and it was a lot of fun. Other than that, which was not a bug, it was me just not realizing what was going on. Didn't have any major issues in the game. It ran very well. It was a lot of fun. We were able to go check out all the areas, see a lot of the new things, and it was a very smooth experience. So I think it was, usually when we have these things, there's something that goes wrong, and we didn't have anything go wrong, so it was good.
So did you notice, because we've played this game in the past, did you notice or did you feel that there was more content available and more things to grab your attention than times in the past?
Yeah, so what we did is, of course, they have various events that pop up now. And so what you can do is you go through and, for one, there's an event where a helicopter crash happens. So you can go through and run to that. There's a bunch of loot containers. In there was one of the keys. So when we got there was somebody who was looting it. They saw us coming because we had more people with us, and they ran off, and I couldn't find where they went. And so that person had taken the key, and what was told to me is that key, there are bunkers, and when someone uses a key and opens a bunker, it's indicated on the map, so that someone's down there. So it kind of gives you a little reason, and it's because that's one of the things on these types of games. You're always looking for ways to create conflict. You're always looking for ways to drive people together to create those combat situations. And he's created a number of those. So we had some experience. We did the airdrop, check that out. We did the bunkers. We did the helicopter crash. So, and then we tried doing the air transport, with the helicopter from one section to another. And, just kind of ran through and tried to experience everything that's in there. They had some new, harder robots in there now that have some different ways that they act. So definitely coming along, and it was a really good experience. And I think that people right now, it's on sale, of course. So if you're interested in it, I think you could go through and grab it for a decent rate. We're also going to be giving away some keys to it during the show today. So
nice.
that exclamation point giveaway to enter for free copy, that's not this moment. That'll be later.
That's from the stream.
And then that's from the stream. So then we'll go ahead and do that. And I think it's definitely coming along. It works very well.
Brian, you kind of look like Summit with that hat on, dude.
I know. I heard some comments. They're like, "Where's your fridge? Where's your whatever his fridge is?"
I mean, it's a good look. I don't believe I've ever seen Brian in a non button up or necked T-shirt or a non collared shirt outside of PAX.
People were giving me a hard time, and it's like,
this is a good look, Brian.
You guys don't realize, like, this is how I dress every day, and that is how I dress every day. This is how when I go to work. This is how I dress.
You look so much younger in this stream.
Oh,
you look like a young hip man.
Oh, well, there we go. That's what
as opposed to now as an old.
We're now having a new dress code for the show, so I can.
I mean, look at my dress. So I'm wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog shirt. I mean, I'm ready to go. I mean, what? I'm ready. I'm chilling. Not gonna hold me down with your stupid dress code.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. So I definitely think we should put it in the rotation, play it again here in a little bit, and just kind of keep following the progress. Every time there's a decent content update, get a group in there and try it out. But we had a good experience. I think it went very well, and nobody got disconnected. I mean, there weren't any of those little issues we run into.
Well, I I feel bad I wasn't there. I'm pissed off I wasn't there, but I wasn't there. So,
Yep.
Well, there's XERA. It looks like the chat looks like it was nice and active. Seems like we had a good crowd in the chat. So that's
Yep.
that's super cool. So again, thanks to Joshua and his team for, of course, making the game and also giving us some copies, and we'll have some more of those to give away here towards the end of the program. So
yes,
yeah, that's that.
Very good. All right. Do you care where we go from here?
Yeah, before we get into anything, I want to thank a couple of individuals, including our friend Green Man Cartoons, for hitting us up with the resubscription here on Twitch through the Twitch program. Hit us up here with the 28-month resubscribe here on Twitch. So Green Man, Thank you very much, my man. It is greatly appreciated. Very much so. So thanks to Green Man for that. I saw a couple.
One thing that's odd is so when it shows like the leaderboards for people subbing, I don't see Green Man on there. He would be in first place, but he must have some like hidden account or something to where it doesn't.
Well, it's because he's such a big deal. I think that YouTube or Twitch says, "Hey, hold on a second here. We don't want this guy popping off the
He would be in first place as far as because we have however many that are 27 months. He's our first 28 month because that's when we started it, and he doesn't even show up on the. Oh wait, no, he does. Oh, I'm reading the thing wrong. So yeah, he's number one. UGX Vibe has done 27 months.
He's actually done 20.
Saul,
he's on his 28th, I believe, as well. He did resubscribe this week, but he's like,
it just hasn't
hey man, I'll do it during the show, and here we go.
Oh, he's gonna post a little chat message.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest mechanic.
It's pretty.
It's where it doesn't register anywhere that you've subbed until you put a comment in the chat. That just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, totally off the rails.
Well, nevertheless, we appreciate everybody's support, including our friend Green Man and UGX Vibe. Hopefully, we'll hear from him a little bit later on in the program. Brian, we do have a YouTube channel, as you mentioned earlier, and that's where our main video on demand exists. And there's a couple comments on last week's program that I wanted to go over. We don't often get comments on YouTube, but it's probably because every time there is one, we don't really talk about them.
See them.
So, yeah, well, we see them, but it's not, we post a show on Tuesday. A lot of people watch it either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. I see the comments on Wednesday, and then, 6 days later, we do another show. So, but I'm going to do my damnedest to keep track of these now and make sure that we bring them into the next program, because I really appreciate the comments on there. Our friend Kramit, who's been with us, since H1Z1 started, said, good show, although why does Infection Podcast not have a presence in Last Oasis? It seems like the hottest survival game out at the moment. I don't have an answer for that, Kramit, except for I don't know anybody else that plays it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of it. I don't, it's not that I'm opposed to playing it. I just have not had anybody that has said, hey man, let's do this. And maybe I'm supposed to be the one that's leading that pack, but I don't know. Like Jug keeps saying he's waiting for people to buy it. Maybe Brian, maybe you and I just need to pick this up, and maybe
I'm buying it right now.
Yeah, maybe this is one of these.
I was pulled up. I'm just gonna buy it up, and then if I see someone playing, I'll jump in because I would like to see it. We've watched a lot of video. It seems really interesting. It is a bit of a commitment.
Yep.
It's one of those style of games where I don't have my wallet on me. That won't work. Should I make a guess at my code? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I know my code, but I mean, that's fine.
I'm not sure my screen, so we're good.
So I just wanted to bring that comment up from Kramit. Interesting point. Again, I'm not opposed to it. This is really the first I've heard of anybody in our group playing it. And I assume he plays it based on his comments, but I don't actually know that to be the case. So I think we'll pick up Last Oasis, and maybe it's one of these things where buy it and they will come kind of response. And then we had another comment here about Scum, about about some of the conversations with the we were talking about Deadside versus Miscreated, Brian, and you were thinking that Deadside is not that far off from Miscreated, and Andrew pointed out on YouTube that the Deadside's got no vehicles. Miscreated's got a fully featured vehicle system, which we've actually taken pretty good advantage of.
Yeah.
So you got anything to say on that?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I think with vehicles in Unreal Engine, pretty easy to add. I'm sure we saw the variations of vehicles in Miscreated over the years. There we go. Officially, UGX Vibe is now on his 28th month.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Best podcast ever, except for Nick. Oh, well.
I'm never having luck with you again.
oh well. Hey, you could hash it out with him face to face at least. So
bare knuckle boxing match next time at lunch. He'd kick my ass 6 ways from Sunday. It wouldn't be very pretty.
So that's one thing, is it would be fairly easy to add them. I think in other engines it's more difficult. So I think if they wanted to, they could get to that point. I'm sure they're not there for logistics. One thing that vehicles do is they make the map way smaller, just like in World of Warcraft. When you start to fly, the map becomes a lot smaller. In a lot of games where all of a sudden they give you a vehicle, they give you a mount, they give you something to get across the map faster, it totally makes the map not feel as big, and you're not running around and experiencing as much as the map. So I would think that that's kind of something later, once they feel like they've got a lot of things across the map for you to see and do. Because right now, from what we discussed, I think there's kind of more of a limited number of places to go to. I mean, they've got it to where kind of near spawn points you see buildings, but I don't know, since I haven't covered that whole map, how much of it is really populated. And I think you would really notice that most likely if you threw vehicles in the mix. So yeah. I would think that for them, until they feel like their map is far enough along to where it's populated, I would hold off on vehicles personally, because I think that'll make people complain and say, well, we need more stuff, we need bigger, just let people run around for a while. But I think they could very easily add them.
Agreed. And Andrew also Andrew also mentioned that the resuscitation mechanic that they've added to Scum, where you can pick people up, is cool as well, and should be standard across the entire genre. But no, the vehicle, that's a huge, the vehicle system, with or without the map being in a complete state, is a huge feature that Deadside does not have at all. And you may think, vehicles are not that hard to do. And from the vehicle perspective, I would agree. The network side of doing vehicles, from what I understand, is incredibly complicated, because you are moving at such a rate of speed.
Remember 7 Days to Die? And when people would get on the bikes originally, and it would crash the servers because it's trying to generate all of the world as you're speeding along on a bike. Yeah,
and that's common in any world that's generating the map as you explore. That makes sense. Minecraft has the same issue. Any game where you're generating chunks as you move. If you send 3 people in different directions,
it makes the server work on overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. But in a game like this, there's a lot of it. They're not at the point for vehicles. I'm glad there are not any vehicles, because I would agree the map is pretty sparsely populated as it is, and it doesn't take that long to run. If there were vehicles, it would probably feel like a terrible game. I would imagine it would just be so like, okay, this is a complete waste of my time. Couple comments there on YouTube. Appreciate Kramit and Andrew for hitting us up with those on YouTube. And if anybody else has got anything, if you don't want to leave a comment on Discord or send us a tweet or something like that, YouTube's a great platform to do so, and we'll do our damnedest here to make sure that we bring those out onto the show every week. So thanks for those comments, guys. They are appreciated.
And I'll make sure that I pick up a copy of Last Oasis here when the show ends, when I go grab my wallet. But I'll have a copy of it. If anyone wants to play, make sure you reach out, and I'd be happy to jump in and run around.
I think I want to play.
Yeah, you should.
I think I'm going to.
If you want this weekend, maybe Saturday or something, or Sunday night, Sunday evening.
Do it. We'll figure something out.
All right.
I do want to mention before we go any further into some other stuff. There's an ongoing list of companies that are delaying either press conferences or announcements because of some ongoing stuff in the United States. To me, it kind of seems like a cop out to delay things. I mean, we talked about this with delays with COVID-19, kind of a good way to be like, oh, we're going to delay our game by a couple weeks or delay this patch, and it's because of this thing, not because it's not really done. So we're seeing a lot of that stuff. There's too many to
especially when like 1 week into COVID, they're like, oh, we have to delay. It's been a week. All of a sudden now you had to push it out 4 months because 1 week delay. All right, great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So the biggest on here being Sony, that for some reason is delaying their PS5 reveal, which was supposed to take place, I think, Thursday or Friday of this week. So God only knows when that's going to be rescheduled, but them and everybody else have decided that they're going to just delay a bunch of stuff. So just something to keep an eye on if you were expecting that Sony event on Thursday or Friday. That is not happening. They gave no date on a reschedule, but kind of important when it comes to the next generation of consoles, which is feverishly approaching, and that might be an understatement. I mean, it is now June. We are now halfway through the year, so things are,
which is crazy. It's just this has been like the weirdest year up to this point. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been 6 months. Yeah,
but the year is plowing through, and there's lots of things that we're expecting before the end of the year in terms of games, 2 new consoles, lots of news still, and products and things before we get through the end of the year. So that's just kind of a quick general gaming update. If you're expecting game releases, companies are deciding to delay those.
Now, I do have a couple updates from some things that we discussed on previous shows.
Okay.
So just kind of some follow-up things. First of all, we talked about GeForce Now. We had a lot of publishers backing out of that, dropping out. One thing that has changed is they switched it to an opt-in system. And now you're starting to see these developers come back. Remember, the first one was
Bethesda? It was the Long Dark.
No. The Long Dark was the first one to kind of do this. He has now opted into the service. So it wasn't the fact that they were doing it. I think it was he was upset that they were doing it without permission, right? Yeah. And so now they're doing it to where people can opt in, and I think you'll now start seeing a lot of these companies start to put it back on if they feel like it. And there are some companies that are doing this.
And it's just so funny. You look at how simple this would have been for NVIDIA to do from the start. Just contact these big companies, and the little guys will follow, because people like the Long Dark want their game on every single platform possible. It's an indie game. But because they kind of shoehorned everybody into this, and essentially these developers were agreeing to terms of service that they did not agree to, right? I mean, when you're God only knows what kind of NVIDIA and GeForce are a large company, right? They have a legal department that drafts documentation. God only knows what these guys were forcefully entered into. So cool to see the Long Dark coming back. I'm not sure you'll necessarily see Bethesda and Activision Blizzard coming back, because they
have a competition to them. That's the issue.
Or they might have a competition, and if you put your service, if you have your thing on GeForce, and then in a year come out with your own service, then you look like a scumbag for pulling it and forcing people over. So for them, it might make sense to not come back. The big ones now are Bethesda, Activision Blizzard, and 2K, which you may think, oh, I don't play. There's a lot of games in those 3 or 4 companies, and I would imagine that you'll
have a lot of medium to small size studios that are ready for this. That this is a great way to get their, people more interested in their game, get more places that it can be played, and obviously that's what Hinterland had wanted also. So,
yep, absolutely.
Another one. So the PC Gamer, if you remember, put an article out about the Unreal Engine 5 demo that we watched.
Yes.
And so I was looking through PC Gamer, and I noticed another article from them where it says developers say Unreal Engine 5 will empower them to be creative and take risks. And I don't know if you remember what they said about the Unreal 5 engine demo. Was this a week ago? Was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Where they said it wasn't going to make any difference, and it wasn't really that impressive. It wasn't going to affect gaming, is pretty much what it came down to. And I was like, as a developer, I said, "Are you insane? you claim to be PC gamer, and that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard of in regards to PC gaming. That the engine and the capabilities of the engine do not affect the game, because we complain about that every single week about companies like Miscreated and other games that are fighting their engines constantly. Here's one that's pretty much unshackling developers, saying just put content in there. You don't even have to optimize it, and we'll optimize it for you. And that's not going to have an effect. So this one, I wanted to point out, you're more than welcome to read the article, but it was direct opposite of the article that they posted 2 weeks ago. And I just thought that was kind of strange that they would say one thing and then say the exact opposite in normal business. So
interesting.
If you're interested in it, this is more online, and this is them. Notice they didn't say, like, it's not the writer saying, I think this. They're saying developers say this, probably so that it doesn't seem like they're such idiots.
Yeah, well, go to the front page of PC Gamer right now, and that tells you about all you need to know about about what's going on there. So,
and then another one with Denuvo, which they took it out of Doom, the new Doom and everything. Well, they've also done that with Metro Exodus. So the latest patch that went out for Metro Exodus has removed Denuvo from the PC version, from the Xbox version, and from the Epic, Steam, Xbox, PC Game Pass version. So I don't know about PlayStation. Maybe it wasn't on PlayStation. I don't know, but for some reason they didn't remove it from PlayStation, at least not in this.
Yeah.
So those are kind of just some follow-ups with what we were dealing with before, but we'll see if this is kind of a cascade effect. Now, this is Denuvo. I think this is the anti-cheat, correct?
The anti-piracy or the anti-cheat?
Well, the anti-piracy is the one they removed from Doom.
No, it was the anti-cheat they removed from Doom.
No. It was the anti-piracy. The one in Doom was an anti-piracy thing. It was not an anti-cheat. You can go look. I promise you. You can go look. You can fact check me right now.
I'm gonna fact check you right now.
Okay, you can do it.
I'm positive that I'm right.
All right, you could be positive. That's fine. And so for this one, they just said Denuvo removal, and they didn't specify on this one which one it was. So I'm not sure if they were using it for anti-cheat or for the anti-piracy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Brian. So you're wrong. You're wrong. Literally, the article on Ars Technica is Doom Eternal reverses course will remove kernel level Denuvo anti-cheat.
But read it though. I think it's not actually anti-cheat if you read it.
It is. Doom Eternal's executive Marty Stratton confirmed that the game's next patch will strip Denuvo's anti-cheat from the game.
Okay, so PH has this. He's got it straightened up for us. Doom it was not. Hold on a second. You were right.
Yeah, I never needed it straightened out. I was good.
Metro Exodus removed the piracy part.
Yeah, but why? The anti-piracy apparently was great.
I don't know.
I've never heard of any complaints of the anti-piracy version. Is it is it one of these effects where it's a cascading? We don't want anything to do with this because it's got a bad connotation with it now. I mean, it's not like Metro is a brand new game.
That's what I'm thinking. Is they're worried that they're going to get the same kind of backlash.
But Metro's been out for how long? Metro Exodus has been out forever.
Yep. I don't know. I mean,
Metro Exodus has been out since February 15th, 2019. It's been out for a year and a half.
I think they're being proactive, though. I think they're worried that people are going to jump down their throats and just get to the point where it's like this. So I don't know. Kind of weird. But yeah, so Doom Eternal removed the anti-cheat, and then Metro Exodus removed the anti-piracy, which I've heard, as you said, no complaints about as far as it messing with. Now, these antivirus, I think the thing that really gets people worked up is antivirus companies flag Denuvo, which I don't know why they would do, because it's because of its behavior, not because of what it's actually doing. The fact that it's doing something at kernel level, it sees that as suspicious. And then, it's just, PH is pointing out, Denuvo anti-cheat, or the anti-piracy, they cracked them within 4 days. I think almost everything. Steam games,
Okay.
Denuvo. I mean, everything has pretty much
everything
cracked.
does.
I haven't seen one that doesn't.
The question is, how easy is it to crack, and how readily available is it to crack? That's all. I mean, can it get cracked? Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say.
My point is, it's been in the game. I don't know if it was there at launch, but let's say close enough to launch. It's been in the game for over a year. So why would they have had it in the game if it truly didn't do anything? I'm not arguing that people didn't crack it, but I would be hard pressed to believe that after 4 days, if there was a widespread crack available, they would have said, all right, we're just going to strip this out anyway. It doesn't work. I've heard very good things about Denuvo's anti-piracy.
Yeah. And I think that, I mean, that's the hard thing is, I'm sure it was doing its job, but it's more the anti-piracy is to keep your average person from just copying it and letting someone else use it. There are people that are truly skilled in bypassing these anti-cheats and antivirus things or anti-piracy things. Those people are going to do it. It's stopping your average person who doesn't really know that much about coding or about code or anything about, these files and their securities from just copying it like you would in the old days. I mean, you could just zip up a folder and be like, here you go, play this game. This protects that from happening.
Yes.
So game. I think that is, yeah, that's how it used to be. So, so that's out of there. We'll see if any more start to do it as well, just to keep up with everyone else.
All right. Coolio. Thank you very much, Brian. Some good updates. I like that.
All right. So let's talk about Warzone for a little bit. Now,
okay.
You did mention that they are delaying the new season.
They're delaying their new season?
Yes. Because of this. Oh, because of the unrest. Christ. So they said that because of the unrest, they're delaying the new season.
Okay.
And so we'll see when that comes back. But on Twitter, well, who knows? We'll see where that goes. All right. And so they announced that, and I didn't see a date exactly of what they're delaying it to. They just said they're delaying it.
See, that's what I find so odd about this is like you're delaying it because of an ongoing social movement. Just set a new date. Like obviously it's already done.
They put on here 2 later dates. That's all they put. They did not put anything specific.
How about just put like a 15 or 30-day date on it?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think that's is another thing. Maybe it's not ready.
Isn't there some opportunism going on here with some of this stuff? I mean, isn't this a great excuse to be able to delay? Now, I'm not saying they're doing it maliciously.
I think because of COVID, it is a little bit more difficult for them to meet deadlines and to do some of this work. And I think that they're using every excuse possible. They've already used the COVID excuse, so now they're going to use another excuse. And if anything else comes up, they'll use that as an excuse because it's more difficult to get these things out. And I think that they're just looking for a little more time. And this is, they saw that probably other people are doing this and they can get away with it too.
Yeah.
Blizzard's doing it. These guys are doing it.
I find that to be a little peculiar. It's not like it's real. I mean, it is obviously some new content, but it's not like it's a brand new game. They'd add a couple maps, a couple weapons, and that's it. Like, interesting. Now, well, hey,
and there's some big issues right now. So there is a cheat that's called snaking. So, people become snakes. It's a glitch in the game.
And step on snake.
So I actually have some videos of it. Now there is one curse word in there.
Yeah, I heard that. Do you not want me to play that one?
No, you can. It's not. I mean, it's.
If you play Call of Duty, if you play Call of Duty, this should not be an offensive term to you. All right, I'm gonna play the first one where I'm gonna play the first one here. So this is some snaking that's going on in Warzone.
Who got that?
What the fuck, man? You should have seen my screen. Dude,
So the guy. So this guy is he's crouch running.
He's like sliding, he's like laying along the ground. Yeah, he's sliding along the ground. Now, okay, so now I included this other video because I want you to see from the cheater's perspective.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look.
Because they do a replay, and you can see this one's more clearly shows you the advantage of doing this. Other than you see him sliding on the ground, this shows you why they're doing it.
Son, I can't. Yeah, but...
Damn.
Okay, did you see the killer there? He was standing right in front of him. He's snaking. To the player, he's standing up. To the person you're shooting at, the other player sees you as laying down. So they're shooting at you. You cannot respond because you're laying behind.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a zoom and enhance like they do on the on the Holy shit, he's literally not there.
He's not there. He's laying
not
down.
even there.
So he's on the other side of that because there's like there's a wall there.
Yeah, he should be. Well, you can see the tip of his. You can see it looks like a gun on his back. Maybe there's a little like black dot.
Something is barely poking up, but
yeah.
But then when you see the replay, he is 100% standing up and shooting at him. He has a totally unhindered view. The guy can't even see him, and that's what he sees.
Wow.
He's just standing there shooting him. So that is the cheat, and that's a pretty big deal. I mean,
that's intense. Wow.
Yeah.
Like you think you suck because you don't even see the guy, and it turns out the guy is literally not even there.
No.
So
and that's the crazy thing.
So this cheat is going to stay in for God knows how much longer until Activision decides that
until they actually put a patch out.
Yeah, I mean that just is incompetence. I mean. So, you know,
that's say what
say what you want about a political situation. You've got a broken feature in a game that is absolutely going to turn people off.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, that's a game.
People that are hardcore.
Yeah, that's a game-breaking glitch right there.
Yeah, and you see people doing it. I mean, you saw the guy. I mean, he's running, but to the other person viewing him, you saw him sliding along the ground. He's running along the ground. They see him as sliding. He's just running like a normal player. So
while we're
and PH is pointing out it's not so much a cheat, it's a glitch, but they are cheating. It's not something that they're externally affecting. I don't know how they're doing it. I haven't looked up how they're actually accomplishing this.
It's pretty easy to do. It's got to be some way that you like interact with a ladder or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not incredibly complicated. What I do want to though bring up, Brian, is I've kind of gotten away, not gotten away from Warzone, but the sexiness, I guess, of Warzone kind of wore off for me. I would absolutely prefer almost 100% of the time to play multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm that bad at Warzone. It's just I really don't want to play a BR more than anything else. Again, I'm not opposed to playing it, but if I'm the party leader when I'm playing Call of Duty with the group of people I play with, I will not play. Unless somebody asks to play Warzone, I will continually queue up in multiplayer.
Yeah.
The honeymoon period was relatively short with Warzone for me. I know a lot of other people, everybody else I play with seems to really enjoy it. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if it's BR burnout. I don't know what it is. I just would much rather play multiplayer. Out of quicker games, I don't find myself as aggravated, I guess, in regular multiplayer. Judd mentions they need a new map. Yeah, I mean, I exactly. It's just, it's a little, I don't know. It's just a little repetitive. Not that, multiplayer is literally the definition of repetition, but there's multiple maps. I don't know. At this point in time, I'm preferring multiplayer over Warzone, and it's not because I'm going for any specific, like, oh, I'm trying to get this gun gold. I don't do any of that stuff anyway. I just prefer multiplayer. I'm a lot better at multiplayer. That's probably the case. I'm almost always the lobby lead, in terms of kills. Almost always, not all the time, but I'm actually pretty good at multiplayer. So maybe that's part of it. But yeah, it's still fun. It is. Unlike what Treyarch said last time, we're making the most advanced battle royale game. that anybody's ever seen. Warzone is actually the most polished battle royale I've ever played. Unlike that bullshit that Treyarch tried. It is fantastic. I mean, in terms of a released battle royale, in terms of, when was it released, when was it playable kind of thing, by far the most polished.
Yeah. Well, and because I remember on the other one you're talking about, where they showed all these clips and they showed all these things that I never saw in the game. Like they were showing all these things and these camera swooping. It was just a bunch of cinematics leading up to get hype for it. And the game wasn't anything like what I thought it was going to be just from the trailers going into it. So
agreed.
But yeah. All right. So that's kind of what's going on right now with them. So we will see where that goes. Now Fortnite, now they had an issue with a cheater, and the problem is
not a sponsor.
This was the winner of Fortnite Asia's tournament they had. Their invitation.
Imagine color me purple, Brian. Really?
Just imagine that. I mean, I know it's unheard of, very uncharacteristic of that region.
For the record, I said this 5.5 years ago to Daybreak, and I got crucified for it. For the record.
Oh yeah, I mean, how could you dare even say something like that? So they got stripped of their prize money, and yeah,
it doesn't say where he was playing
it was a.
I mean, it says Asia, obviously, but Asia isn't a country.
I think he's actually a Japanese player.
Japanese player? Oh, he is. Yeah,
because they're showing here. Yeah,
he is Japanese.
Sikosama. After winning the Asia component, he had won $15,000, and it was revoked for teaming during the match. So it's not that he was doing a cheat. He was cooperating with another player when you're not supposed to do that in those tournaments. You're not supposed to work together. So he was somehow collaborating with someone else.
I despise PC Gamer. I love this next paragraph. Teaming means Sekosama quietly collaborated with another player throughout the match in order to gain the upper hand. According to DX Sekosama's illicit teammate left loot in hidden spots throughout the map. If you're going to tell me somebody reading PC Gamer doesn't know what the hell teaming means?
Yeah. Well, you never know.
But it's only like a 3-paragraph article, and one of the paragraphs is describing what teaming means. And then reads through the rules that teaming is not allowed.
The third paragraph is saying it's in the rules, and then they quote the rules. Yeah, it's a very small article. I mean, I should get a job at PC Gamer. I mean, if this counts as an article, how much do I make per article?
I mean, it's just the entire article is. Let's see. I'm gonna do some hardcore investigative work right here. The entire article is 170 words.
Yeah,
this article doesn't pass as a single paragraph in any sort of college paper that you would ever write. Like 170 word paragraph would not even count. Somehow this is an article, full-fledged article. Now, obviously, there's not a lot to write about it. The point is, then don't write an article.
Yeah. Well, they got to write something.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they don't. I mean, you look at the front page. There's nothing else on here about gaming. It's all about protests. So, I mean, good on PC Gamer. I'm sure there's plenty of. Whole article about that. I mean, this article's forever long. As long as they don't have to comment about video games, then they're good to go, I guess. So
now another thing with Fortnite, VentureBeat posted an article about Ninja is hosting a tournament on Mixer. So
is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still doing stuff. So he's doing Ninja Battles, and that'll be now. It happened. I think it happened. It started. I think this past
What's
week
going on
or something.
With Mixer?
I hear that they're doing all right, but I don't ever go on a Mixer to see.
I just went to Mixer. The thing on the front page is somebody that has stepped away from their.
The person who's on the front page isn't even there. That's great.
Not even there. Oh God, we gotta watch this for a second. I'm curious who is gonna walk back into frame and why this is their featured content. It's somebody that is literally not there. I mean, Brian, we could be on the front page of this.
I know. We have my empty chair here.
No, not even your empty chair. You could have the entire show there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, to me, this is just so we're looking at like, you know, again, say what you want about Mixer, but you're looking at the premier like gaming platform, right? For the Twitch alternative, right? This is what's going to be the end of Twitch, and somehow that is on somehow somebody AFK is on the front page.
I wonder how long they've been AFK.
I mean, I don't.
We haven't seen anybody. Yeah, we haven't seen a hint at anybody. Nobody walking in the background.
Like, I mean, Brian, at this point, you and I could just do the show from the front page of Mixer. I mean, I mean, this is more exciting content than emojis popping up on the screen.
I know that we fit. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I mean, it's just like, what the? Okay, so obviously Mixer's not doing too well. Is Ninja live right now? It doesn't look like it.
No. So he's doing. So what they're doing is the tournament begins. It began on May 28th, but what they're doing is they're doing new episodes weekly at noon. So every Thursday at noon Pacific time, competing pop streamers will be broadcasting the tournament from their individual channels. Perfect. Oh, that's great. Quality.
For the people watching, it's a guy with rainbow eye makeup dripping down his face and rainbow lips. So would you rather watch? Now remember, this is a gaming website. Would you rather watch that or this? I feel like I'm at the eye doctor, Brian. A or B?
I don't know.
A or B? I mean, okay. So obviously Mixer's not in the hot. Honestly, Mixer's not in the hottest of spots right now. Is their featured content is somebody not even playing a video game? But you know, who am I?
Hey, they're leading in. Well, I don't know what they're leading.
Okay, but they're not, because if you look at the top streamers, they're top streamers playing Paladins with 2,200 people.
Yeah, and that's nothing close. Yep,
nothing close. It's not. I mean, I don't even think it's in the same ballpark as Twitch. If you go to Twitch and go to browse, go to live channels.
Probably have people like with 12,000. I bet.
Yeah, well, I mean, the top channel right now is the live channel on Twitch right now is got people protesting. I'm not sure how that's on Twitch, but you know, that's not here nor there. Sort by viewer count high to low. Oh, no, excuse me. Okay, that was recommended for me. Thanks, Twitch. To get down to 2,000 viewers, you've got to go still scrolling, 3,000, 3,500. You've got to go way down. Like, way down on Twitch. So obviously how many hundreds of millions of dollars did they pay Ninja is not panned out, because I don't know anything about the platform.
Yeah, and that's not a good look for someone coming to that platform, especially. All right.
This isn't a good look.
Let's say you have who's the average age of people coming to watch streamers? Probably
12 to
12.
No, I would say No, the average age is probably 14 or 15 to 24. That's probably your average.
But I'm saying, but a lot of them that are watching, of course, Fortnite. You've got a high population of 12 to 14-year-olds.
Yeah, of course.
If I'm a parent and this is, hey, I want to watch a show on Mixer. Can I watch a show on Mixer? And I'm like, okay, yeah, pull it up. And this is the first thing that pops up.
Well, at least he's playing a game now.
Now he's playing a game. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be a little bit hesitant to be like, this is the example I want. Well,
it's not even that, but Brian, you're trying to cultivate a gaming platform, and your featured streamer is AFK.
Yeah.
I mean, now I don't pretend to know a lot about. Thanks, Amy. I don't know. I don't pretend to know about how these platform works, but I know for a fact at Twitch in their HQ they've got videos of all of the featured people so that they can manipulate the front page as quick as possible. I would believe
to make sure
that
Mixer, it's always active.
Could you imagine the front page of your channel for, what did we just look at? At least 3 or 4 minutes. God knows how long before that. but for at least 3 or 4 minutes was the backside of somebody's
Nobody
chair.
there. Yeah, and that's little things like that are what are going to cause them to lose this war that they're trying to compete against Twitch with.
Oh, he's gone again.
Yeah, so he stepped away. He loaded the launch screen, and then he stepped away for a while again.
A or B?
So
I it's a sad state of affair. I really did, and maybe this is my ignorance, Brian. I really did think Mixer could make a play. They seemed,
especially since they have, all the people with Xboxes, they can easily, that's the platform Xbox uses. They should.
Well, it's Microsoft, for Christ's sakes. This is not like D Live or some other weird ad hoc platform. They've got the money, they've got the infrastructure, they've got Xbox, they've got gaming on PC, they've got a shit ton of money. It seemed like it could do it, and then they paid Ninja all this money. They paid, who else did they pay? They took off somebody else big too. A couple of other bigger people, not as big as Ninja, but they took some other big people over. And
yeah, I'm trying to remember who they were, but yeah, and
now their top streamer on the entire platform has got 2,400 viewers.
Yeah,
in comparison,
that's not good.
And I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole here, but I think it's interesting. Like D Live, for example, their top channel has got 1,600 people watching. D Live,
yeah,
some unknown. It's a Chinese company, like a very, very underground. Have you ever seen a D Live booth at a PAX?
No.
At a gaming event? This guy's got 1,600 people watching on D Live, and the highest viewer on Mixer at 8 p.m. Eastern time on a Tuesday is 2,500. Microsoft's got to be getting raped on these deals. They have got to be getting taken to the freaking cleaners with these deals on Ninja. There's no way they're making their money back. Not even close. I don't give a shit how many sponsor deals you get. There is no conceivable way that Microsoft could be making any money with Mixer.
Nope.
There's nobody on it. There's literally nobody on it.
Bobby J makes a good point. He says you can't play Xbox and watch a stream in the background. And that if they could figure out a way to do that to where you could be playing a game and then in the corner somewhere have a live stream going so you can support a streamer, that would be one way to, because you can do that on PC. But you can't do that on a console. And so that would be one way that kind of hinders them from being able to do this, because people can't play and also watch their streamer without watching it on a tablet or a phone. You can't actually watch it on the TV.
Yeah. Kramit says, with all the bullshit with Twitch, I wish people would go to it so I could stop being here. But obviously, a lot of the BS going on with Twitch appears to be the same BS that's going on over at Mixer.
Yeah.
You just based on what we just saw on the front page. I just don't see how you're planning on cultivating a community with that. You can pay Ninja as much money as you want. Obviously, people are not using the platform. And if they are, it's just for Ninja. And if that's the case, they're getting screwed. Because the idea is you buy the big name so that the others come over, right? That's why you spend however many hundreds of millions of dollars buying somebody like Ninja, so that other people will follow. So his viewers will follow and say, oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Obviously, that's not happening. Yeah. How did we start talking about this?
We were talking about Fortnite. And
sorry.
Yes. So Ninja, he's doing his thing every Thursday. So if you're interested in that, you can go see streamers competing. Now, there has been a delay, another game with a delay. Fortnite has delayed their next season by, a week or something like that. 2 weeks. But there's been some leaks as far as what the new map and what some of the new content is going to be. So I got some screenshots and some tweets and things that are showing some screenshots here. First of all, there's a new swimming animation.
All right. Let's take a look.
the reason is all things are hinting that this new map is going to be a lot of it underwater. So this is going to be really interesting how they're going to pull this off. Yeah, so they're showing kind of how they're doing the swimming now.
Yeah.
But they've got on here, so they've got this swimming animation they're changing out. There's also a poster that they found in the game. Or, they using data mining. They went through and it shows some posters that seem to indicate water as well. Because it shows like that cat, that muscle cat or whatever he is, standing in water.
Is this a character in the game?
Yeah, it's a character in the game.
Huh. I don't think I've ever seen this guy before.
Yeah. So he's in the game. Also,
you're a Fortnite. You're playing? Are you still playing Fortnite?
Yeah, I'm still playing Fortnite.
So you're part of the problem. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what was a post. That was a poster. Now there's a loading screen as well, which gives a little bit more of a hint as to what this is, and that's showing the diving suit.
Oh yeah.
But it looks like it's going to be underwater because if you look at that first, I didn't put but in that first article, they show what looks like the kind of like the icon for it or the screen for it, and it shows the bus, but it shows the bus over water.
This looks like the worst Photoshop in the world. Like that bus looks like it is just straight put on top of a picture of water. This is a terrible image.
And then so that's pretty much where we're at with Fortnite. And one other thing. Oh, go ahead.
I've got a Fortnite thing.
Yes.
Now I don't know if this is some insider information, so I'm going to keep this anonymous. I was chatting with a friend. She works at Epic. They gave their employees free V-Bucks at one point, and they have stopped that program.
I wonder why.
Not that is relevant to anything we're talking about, but I was chatting with her this past week, and I made a joke about V-Bucks, and her response was, "Oh, we don't get free V-Bucks anymore." I was like,
I wonder if either they're going to get rid of V-Bucks, or if there was an issue with people selling them.
I'm sure that's exactly what was going on. Yeah. Which I would make the argument that, okay, that's kind of
why not just give all of your employees like their accounts access to everything?
Because I'm sure some people want to actually play.
Well, I mean, you could give them that option, but if they want to have everything, just give them the season pass and all the levels.
No, PH. The employees are not getting paid in V-Bucks. They're still getting their salaries. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I would have assumed that was like a thing, right? Like not necessarily you got them for free, but if you were like, hey, I play this game, I want some V-Bucks, you just kind of could get them. But according to her, V-Bucks are not a thing anymore. So, or not V-Bucks are not a free thing anymore. I don't know. It could be her department. I'm not sure how that goes. I made a negative comment about Tim Sweeney, and she said that was mean. So, so whatever. It is what it is.
So, now another thing is they're going to be doing they're going to screen a full film in game for free. So, there's a Christopher Nolan film that's this summer. They're going to be so they've debuted the trailer for the film, but now they're going to be doing the whole thing. So that'll be nothing. But they did a music video. They've done they did the trailer. Something with Star Wars that was showing some things.
Wow.
Now they're doing a.
What do you think about a Neil Breen film being screened inside Fortnite?
I mean, perfect. People would be going nuts for Neil Breen.
Or a Cool Cat video being a Cool Cat movie, new Cool Cat.
Yeah, that one character that you said you hadn't seen.
Yeah,
he could be
Cool Cat
right along with Cool Cat. Yeah, they could bring Cool Cat into the game. It could be a skin.
Oh my, yeah, that would be the most meta thing in the world. Cool Cat inside of Fortnite.
Cool Cat in Fortnite.
For people that don't
to work on that.
For people that don't know, if you are a depressed individual and are looking for something to do late at night, search up Neil Breen or Cool Cat, and it'll get you through your night. I promise. So I think that would be kind of cool, like a Neil Breen film, like the one where he goes to Las Vegas and that lady gets shot in the pool. That would be cool. What's the name of that one, Brian?
I don't remember the name of it.
That's a good
I'm
one.
sure PH remembers.
That's a classic.
It's something I'm here now. I mean, I'm sure it has something to do with something here now. Something like that.
Where he's got the satellite dishes out in the back of his Grand Prix.
Yeah, with his 1990 laptops.
Yeah, that he spills coffee all over. That double down.
Yeah. Double down. Is that the one? Double down. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, PH.
No, I don't. It's not going to be.
Change.org petition coming next week. Change.org petition next week.
In Fortnite.
Yes. Sorry.
And so now, yeah. So this is going to be free. It'll be one of those things where you can just log in and be in the game during that time and be able to watch the film.
Okay. Why the trail? Okay. The concert. Okay. Well, hold on. The concert kind of. Brian, you've been. I don't know. Maybe you haven't. Have you ever been to a concert in your life, Brian? You haven't done some things in your life. You ever been to like a big concert?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of a social event, right? Like part of it is obviously the music, but part of it is like the mingling around the crowd and whatnot. All right, so you bring a concert into Fortnite, right? There's kind of that element. It's not an active thing, right? You're listening to it. Now you can look at the screen, but then there's also other stuff going on. Same thing with a trailer, right? Was it like 4 or 5 minutes long? That's how long a trailer is. But an entire movie, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like you have to pay attention the entire time. That doesn't make sense. Short little like feature skits would make sense, but an entire movie screening, why? Like just stream it in the launch screen or something.
Do you think they're testing the concept of social video? Is this something you've like VR chat? You have various aspects of that.
It's called I have the browser extension. It's called Netflix Watch Party. These already exist.
But you're not in like a real world environment. I mean, because even like Plex now has Watch Party built in.
Okay. But people don't have computers powerful enough to install Fortnite to watch this at any sort of quality, right? I mean, you're not talking about going to a website. You're telling me people are going to download a 40 gigabyte game to watch a movie?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying. It just seems odd. The concept seems odd. Like,
yeah.
Like PH just says VR chat has it. Yeah, but VR chat's the whole point of VR chat is insanity.
But I think they're testing the realms of like what's possible, and I think that this is them kind of playing with and seeing what could happen and see if people react to it. Like, do the people get crazy and say, "Hey, this is amazing. Let's do this." Because they did the Star Wars trailer that was only shown in the game. I think they're looking, how can we market? Let's test the different limits of what people would be interested in and see what people react to.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe people will be into watching movies in a virtual environment like this.
What would actually be cool, and I'm not a fan of this, but it would be cool for Epic if they released a service where they did this and they licensed it to companies like Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu, and it tied in with your subscription services. That would be cool.
So you could do a watch party with somebody or something.
PH apparently is making a Neil Breen game. That would be interesting. I'd throw some cash behind that.
It just needs a lot of cutscenes. I mean, imagine how cheap it would be to make the game, because you could just do most of it as cutscenes from other things, and just all you're doing. I mean, it's practically this. Apparently,
you destroy banks, kind of like Payday.
Yeah. The evil banks and politicians and
you're a secret agent that's being tracked by the government. Yeah,
corporations. Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Anyways,
so way too
way off.
I'm sorry.
All right, so let's talk about something else.
Hold on.
Should we do the game giveaway? So announce the game giveaway first.
You're the best co-host I've ever had, Brian. Let me tell you. So while Brian is getting the XERA game giveaway set up here, let's talk about Satisfactory here for a minute. This is a game that was on Epic exclusive for, I want to say 8 months. I don't think it's been a full year. Maybe it has. But it has gone through its whatever deal they had signed with Epic for it to be an exclusive, and the game is now coming to Steam. So on June 8th, which is a Monday, which is kind of odd for a game release, they are coming to Steam. So it will be available on Steam, fully playable. The full version of the game will be available on Steam. So Monday, June 8th, Satisfactory, a previous Epic Game Store exclusive. So if you didn't want to get it because of that, you now have the option on Steam. Apparently, I was completely off. It has been out for 15 months. So, yeah. So whatever. The term has been met, and now the game is on Steam. So for the people that don't use Epic, it'll be available here in about a week.
Very good. So there was something I saw a trailer for. Oh yeah, well, exclamation point giveaway in chat. If you do that, it will enter you into the raffle. There, I did put 60 points on it, which is 1 hour's worth of watching. So if you've been watching the episode up to this point, you'll have enough to enter this, and it'll be a copy of XERA Survival. So the exclamation point giveaway in chat, and we'll give that away before the end of the show.
Very cool.
Now. There was GTA 5. Someone has put out another mod. You know, they always put out these graphics mods for PC. Now this is another one that was put out that has an amazing graph. I don't know if you want to get the video going in the background because it's music and stuff, no talking. But you can maybe have it kind of quiet in the background, and then we'll talk over it. This is compatible with 5M, by the way. So people that are using role playing servers, this graphics mod is compatible with 5M. But they went through and they fixed up a lot of things in it. Now, this is kind of long, but I don't know if you want to
skim through it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe skim through, because they'll get to a point where they're going to show off some of the things that they've done. So emissive lights, so at night,
great. Yeah,
buildings light up. Street lights to have them different temperatures and look better. Yeah. They went through and just reworked a lot of like the reflections and the roads and just made it much more detailed. Like they're showing here the example between like the smoke in the mod versus the smoke generically, the rain. I mean, it just looks way better.
It does. Now, to be fair, this is a trailer. So I can imagine the post-processing in After Effects or Premiere that they did on this is the color grading is probably insane, but
no, I bet you that this is they probably did this in the game. I mean, I bet you this.
I'm sure it was in the game, but I'm sure there's a lot of processing on it. I always want to bring that when we look at graphics in a video, it can be very, very misleading. I'm not saying it necessarily is, but I mean, very common thing. Somebody that is redoing the graphics for this, I'm sure, is doing some sort of color grading inside of Premiere.
Yeah, possibly. So this is something that if you're interested in, it's available. It does some pretty cool things, but this is only PC. So if you're playing it on console, it's not going to work, but you can go through and put this on your PC version. And if you're, I would assume, I don't know. I would think if you're doing 5M, you'd probably be able to load it with 5M since it's most likely a local only effect change. It shouldn't affect the networking or the multiplayer aspect of it. So
it's on Patreon under Razed RAZED mods, and it's $10 per month because it's Patreon for access to this. He's got almost 4,000 patrons, so he's doing pretty well. Cash. Yeah, which is great. The question is, has Rockstar sent attorneys to his house to shut him down? They have to know about it. This video's been out for a month.
I don't know that this is breaking any terms of service for them.
I don't know.
I don't know the GTA terms of service.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like anytime anybody does anything with this, things happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking through. We will see. Posts anything.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well so far. But I thought it'd be interesting for people that are into GTA. This is something that makes it look pretty good. So
let me ask you this, Brian, because I see a lot of these comments like, "Oh wow, like I can't believe that some random guy has to make this, or AA, AAA developers can't." And it's like, okay, to be fair, GTA has been out for 7 or 8 years, and the amount of time that has been probably put on this is a passion project. Is probably a lot. Mm-hmm. It's not like GTA has bad graphics now. No. Again, for an 8-year-old game, I think it's got pretty sufficient graphics. I mean, it was literally made on the last generation consoles. Go look back at what Xbox 360 and PS3 games look like. I don't I don't want Rockstar wasting their time on this. I want them working towards their next AAA title like Red Dead Redemption.
Look at GTA 6. I mean, GTA 6 will look like this, if not probably most likely much better.
Yeah.
I mean, or whatever they're doing, it'll be like that. So this is something, why would you go back? They on their new versions of games they do. And who knows, maybe someday they'll release a new version of all of this. They'll release a remake of all of these with up-to-date graphics so you can play through the stories on the up-to-date consoles. I'm sure that'd be a good way for them to make money.
No, I agree completely.
All right, now another game that is amazing, Fallout 76 is offering refunds in Australia for people anyone who's contacted, I think it was pretty much contacted Bethesda about this. They went through, and between the launch of it and November of 2019, if you contacted your retailer about that purchase, then you are entitled to a refund in Australia because of some of their laws that they have. So they did admit that they broke the refund. They pretty much were dishonest in their refund, or didn't say their refund agreement as how it really was. So now they're offering refunds to all people that contacted the retailer regarding the game.
Huh. Interesting.
So that's happening. Another thing is their next update that we've been hearing about, which is going to have seasons, weather seasons and all of this, is now, seasonal progression, not weather season. It's going to be seasonal progression, public teams, perks, things like that. That is now over a month away. So, people have been talking about it. And this is going to be their update 20, I think. And a lot of these things are not ready. And I don't know why it's delayed, but they are a month out on that. So
interesting.
Just a heads up.
Coolio. Well, thanks for that, Brian. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about XERA, because XERA is the game that we played for our Game of the Week. And there was a patch that came out this past week, and this is the 6.2 patch. One thing they did do is they reduced the hunger reduction rate in this patch. Also, they did a number of things with the map. So they added new supermarket models to Rockdale, Riverton, Redsville, and Riversdale. And then they fixed some AI spawner points at Rockdale and Riversdale. They added doors to the police station. They added armed locker containers to Armory and police station. Vehicles implemented some changes that may fix the ATV rollback bug. And then if you do see that bug again, make sure you inform them if it's still an issue after this hotfix. Containers, previously searched containers will not be searchable for 60 seconds if no items are found. And then some audio fixes, new footsteps sounds on concrete, new footsteps sounds for grass, metal, added armor, Foley, rattle sound. And Foley, for people who don't know, is pretty much the art that people do for recording sounds. So when you hear in a movie, something that has a very specific sounds, they're recording those outside. That's not the real sound that's happening at the time in the movie. They record those outside and then put them in.
If you're interested in that, there's a really good series that I believe Microsoft did with Halo 3, and there's a very extensive part of it and now I'm sure other games have done it too, but the one I've seen is the Halo 3, which has got one of the most, from a soundtrack perspective, has got one of the most iconic soundtracks in the world in terms of a video game. But then all of the other sound effects, like the Warthog and stuff, is some guy's little 2-stroke Honda engine that they, like mic'd and post-processed. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's pretty cool to see all of you would not believe what sound effects are in video games and movies. Like clacking something together, tapping something, and then they import that sound, tweak the pitch or whatever of it, and that's the sound effect. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And if you're interested in like hearing the befores of these, like the actual Foley recordings, one place you can do this really quickly and easily is gamesounds.xyz. And these are all free ones, but there's a ton. There's some groups that put out a ton of audio, and they're all free sounds. So that's gamesounds.xyz, and there's a lot of different sound effects. So if you just wanted to go through and kind of see the kind of things that they're putting in movies, putting in games, that is it. So.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And then, so that's other than that, I think that's pretty much some of the sound fixes, and then fix some issues with like some other footstep sounds.
All right. Let's talk about Escape from Tarkov a little bit here, Brian.
Your favorite.
Escape from Tarkov was wiped on Thursday or Wednesday, I think. I played 2 games, and I don't want to play anymore. I realized, I don't know, and it's just not for me anymore. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of unfortunate.
Now, is it a time commitment thing?
It's just I just don't have the patience. I've been spoiled. Yeah. I think I just don't have the patience. I don't want to deal with it. It's just too aggravating.
Yeah.
I've got so many other stresses in my life. I don't need Tarkov is not one of them.
You don't need Tarkov as your extra stress.
No, I mean, in all seriousness, it's a very stress. Now, okay, whatever. Call me mentally ill if you want. It's fine. It's accurate. It's a very stressful game.
Yeah.
It is the most hardcore game I've ever played. In terms of what the in-depthness of it. It's incredibly stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then that's the thing. There's certain games, I think the same with me, I found myself falling back onto less stressful games. Just because I deal with stress and I deal with, dealing with problems as a job all day. And it's like, then you get home, it's like, I'd rather just relax. And I think that that's how you've been too.
I wonder if that's it. Cause it's funny when I first started playing Tarkov, I don't believe I was in my current job. Or maybe it was just the beginning.
I think you were in between. Like, I think it was pretty close to time when you switched.
So for people that don't know, my job now, I work for what is known as an MSP, a managed service provider. So small and medium-sized businesses contract us to handle their IT, their infrastructures, their computers, their servers, their phones, whatever it may be. It is nonstop from 8 a.m. I mean, imagine, 70 or 80 businesses, all of the issues that arise in a day in all of those businesses from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm not complaining. Please do not take this as me as complaining. It's an exhausting job, and it's just problems all day. That's literally the job that you're in, is just solving people's problems all day. And it can be very stressful, especially when you've got, customers that are in the medical field, like we've got in the financial field. Those can be very stressful when there's something that needs to get done and something's not working properly. So, Brian, maybe that is it. Maybe it's after a day of and I'm already a high-strung individual, so maybe after a day of being high-strung for 8 hours, the last thing
you don't want to have that anxiety and all that.
It is
in a game. You want something more relaxing, and that's what I found myself doing. That's why I've fallen back mostly to playing on consoles, because they tend to be more relaxed games, less of the hardcore games.
Yeah. That's what I've been playing.
That's
Call
what
of
it
Duty
is.
Relatively stressful.
Yep.
Johnny Fine says magic mushrooms. I don't know if you're talking about doing drugs. I'm not.
He says that'll help you. That'll solve all your problems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that'll solve my problems.
You never know.
Hey, I tell you what. You can't say we're not open to suggestions. I mean, I'm not open to the suggestion, but you can make this. You can make the suggestion if you want. Thank you, Johnny Fine. We appreciate it. And they're not baby games. I mean, that's mean. So yeah, maybe that's it, Brian. I played a game or two with people I like playing with. I played with Saul and our friend Matt, but it was just like, I played 2 games and I was like, all right, guys, I'm done. Actually, I don't even think we played 2. I think I played 1, and I was just like, all right, enough. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, they have played it this entire time, and I think their skill level has risen to a point that I don't want to play at. Like the way that they play, it's just different, right? When you're a noob, you play a certain way. When you're better, you play a different way. Maybe I just need to play as a noob. Maybe that would be different. Because also the same thing too is that since it's such a team-centric game, you don't want to be that guy, right? You don't want to be the guy that just sucks. And Brian, you signaled this to me when we played Dead by Daylight a couple of times. You're like, I don't play enough. I come and play with you guys. I feel like I'm effing the whole thing up, and
that's exactly how I felt. Yeah, because it's like all the little secrets, all the things, and I just feel like I'm holding the group back.
Yeah, it's tough.
Mm-hmm. And
You were
so
holding
it's like,
back,
and it's
though,
not that I
definitely.
didn't enjoy the game, but it's just, I just felt like I was constantly struggling just to not mess everything up or not be bad.
So you needed you needed to play in a different group of people until you were at a certain point.
That
That's
are
how I
more
kinda
about
feel
my
right now.
level,
Yeah.
to where then I wouldn't feel like I'm the guy making the mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's kind of how I feel in Tarkov right now. I'll see. I might try.
Yep.
I might try it again.
So one thing that they've added in here is they've added a CAPTCHA. So this is kind of hinting that people were doing certain things that they weren't supposed to be doing. So they added CAPTCHA to the flea market. And CAPTCHA is those things that come up with pictures or with you enter text, various things, because they said if there's suspicious actions at the flea market and in trade, a CAPTCHA may appear. So they have it to where because probably people were programming programming things to happen, purchases to happen. If you enter the CAPTCHA incorrectly 3 times, your account gets blocked from accessing the flea market for 5 minutes. And then you'll have to enter it again before you can buy an item. Each subsequent 3 times incorrect will increase the time of the ban. Access to trading will not be banned, but it will require entering a CAPTCHA. All stashes are, for all editions, increased by 2 rows. So that's 20 cells. Improved the display of objects via thermal imaging devices through thermal imagers. Now, as in real life, it is impossible to spot through the glass. You can now lean in prone. They've added the first iteration of Steam audio. That's supposed to be improving the position of the audio in game.
I use that. It actually works incredibly well.
Does it? So you can actually hear much better.
Game changing. According to Saul, because he's played a little bit more, he said it has changed the way that he plays the game. He can now very accurately pinpoint where both allies and enemies are based on that. Which before it was always kind of a crapshoot. Like, I hear a shot, it could be upstairs, it could be downstairs, it could be 3 buildings over. We're not really sure. Apparently that's been very helpful.
Well, good. And he made a comment. Saul made a comment that prone lean is actually very cool. The character rolls onto their side.
Oh, that's neat.
So, and he's the comment on the bots. He said on the bots that we were buying low and selling high, and then people were selling their in-game currency for real money.
Capitalism, baby.
Countering. Yep. And then some other fixes. I don't know how much you really want to go through this. They did say they did some CPU optimization, sound optimizations, optimizations of the casing and muzzle flashes, which is an effect, and then optimizing the creation of decals. They had a lot of bug fixes in this. They did a lot for the various language translations. They improved some of the AI, and they added some character clothing, new gear, things like that. So
excellent. Well, I've heard a lot of positivity. Don't let me be the Debbie Downer on it. I'm not an accurate representation, but that's just my personal opinion. I've heard nothing but positive. I've watched plenty of YouTube videos over the past week. Plenty of people loving it. Everybody I've seen is loving it, except for me. I'm the odd man out. Shocker.
Well, we'll see.
Yes, sir.
And maybe it'll come back. Maybe at some point you'll be like, I'm ready to play it, but who knows? Okay. Sea of Thieves came out with an update as well. And of course, they do a lot of cosmetics in Sea of Thieves. There is a video. I don't know if you want to play that video.
Yeah,
that goes through everything.
Yes, I've got a video here of everybody's
This is for 2.0.15.
The highest quality content, these patches. So much content, you're not going to be able to contain it all, folks. Hold on, here we go. Sea of Thieves.
Let the fresh sea breeze fill your sails as we reveal the details of the next Sea of Thieves monthly update, Lost Treasures.
Lost treasures? I mean, swap.
With some helpful new features, there's never been a better time to get out on the waves and rediscover the thrill of our story-driven tall tale adventures. These voyages will see you journey through perilous, fiery catacombs, uncover the tragic fate of pirates past, and face off against fearsome skeleton lords. And now they're more accessible than ever. Not only are there new descriptive tooltips for each tale on your ship's map, but every tall tale now features checkpoints. allowing you to resume your adventures from several set points within the tale. Time-limited pirates can now take them at their own pace, without the fear of losing progress. Now, we know pirates love their loot, so if it's rewards you're after, you'll want to dive right into our new daily bounties. These short challenges will reward you with gold and doubloons, whether you're unlocking fort vaults, blasting skellies to pieces, or simply having a friendly drink in the tavern with another crew. Try not to embarrass yourself, though. You can also get in on the action with new regular events, too. Every Friday, you can enjoy increased rewards for all of the stronghold items that you find within forts, with our entirely original titled event, Fortnites. This month also sees the introduction of our new Gold Rush, where for 2 set hours each day, crews can enjoy increased rewards for the loot they cash in. And there's even more, with some special time-limited events too. In Reaper's Rewards, the Reaper's Bones are after Reaper's chests and Reaper's bounties, and they're willing to pay handsomely for them. Show your loyalty and they'll teach you how to express yourself like a true Reaper, with some fearsome new emotes. With the Blighted bonus, you'll have to work on behalf of the various trading companies to earn the new Blighted ship set, inspired by State of Decay. Make sure to act fast and earn the sails, flag, hull, and figurehead before they head to the Pirate Emporium. Ah, the hands of the undead. What's not to like? And it's time to grab your rod and hold on tight, as Merrick's after even more Ruby Splashtails, with the return of the Hunter's Haul. Hand in 300 of everyone's favourite fish to earn yourself some lovely ancient coins, which should be just enough to grab the new Ruby Splashtail fishing rod from the Pirate Emporium. Speaking of which, over in the Pirate Emporium, there's a glorious ship set inspired by the annoyingly abundant Ruby Splashtail. And for the true fish fanatics, there's the Splashtail Monarch costume. I just wish it all smelled as good as it looks. Plus, for those who are a little light on ancient coins, there's a new free emote that perfectly captures the mannerisms of the legendary storyteller 3 Sheets Neat. And that's not all. We've added an armory to the Ferry of the Damned, so you can switch up your weapons and get ready for battle. Squashed a whole host of bugs, and much more. So get ready to take to the waves and enjoy the vast bounties that lie in wait in the next Sea of Thieves monthly update, Lost Treasures.
All right, Captain Brian, thanks for the update.
All right, so yeah, that's Sea of Thieves. Now, one thing, the one thing to keep in mind there, before when you started doing a quest, like you had to pretty much do it all at once. If you left the game, you could lose track. So now that's why they put them in smaller sections, so you could do pieces of it and not have to do it all in one sitting.
Yeah, that's good. That's very like GTA-ish. Like there's like checkpoints within those. From what I remember, there's checkpoints in between the missions.
Yeah, and I think that makes it a lot better. So let's talk about another game. So okay. Sea of Thieves. We got Atlas, Sea of Thieves. Well, remember Blackwake? Blackwake had a patch. Blackwake put out a patch this past week. Also, I wanted to mention Blackwake is currently $1.99 on Steam. Oh
man, I mean,
so if you don't own it, we could always do it as a game of the week sometime. It is a fun game to play.
Let's do it this week.
Okay, we could play some Blackwake. Because there's no excuse not to get it. It's $1.99 right now. So here's what they did in this last hotfix. Tutorial has been given a much needed facelift in many areas. All in-game medals are now Steam achievements.
Okay.
Elite players can now level past 1,000. Bot shove timer reduced by half. Bots can no longer friendly fire with cannons. Added medals for the remaining ship types. Option menu visuals updated. CTB chest, I don't know what that is. Chest island trees, rocks, collisions fixed. So they fixed issue that would cause bots to idle. Fixed issue that would cause bots to lock up objects in use. Siege flag capture rates slowed 25%. And then they fixed an exploit allowing you to get over siege wall. Okay, thank you, Saul. That's capture the base, chest island trees. So the capture the base, chest island had collision issues with their trees and rocks, and they got those fixed. So that is the current Blackwake. And so it's $1.99. If you want, we'll do it for game of the week. If you want to participate, just go grab a copy of it, and then we'll go play some games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, pretty crazy to see that the game like that, which is a very quality game. Like, and it's not just me saying that. I mean, if you look at the Steam reviews, overall 84% of almost 14,000 reviews are positive. For literally $2.
Yeah.
So that is it's $2 through next week, so you've got literally no excuse.
Yep. Yeah, so go ahead and go ahead and grab a copy. We'll play it Friday, and then people can give their opinions. Make sure if you do enjoy, that's one thing when we do games like this, if you enjoyed it, hey, maybe you never played it before. If you enjoyed it, let us know. Give us some feedback on your experience with it. Now we've been getting the 7 Days to Die.
Yes.
We've been trying to figure out when they're going to be doing the Alpha 19. They are now accepting applications. So the streamer weekend applications for Alpha 19, and this is from now until June 10th. They'll be taking the applications, and
let's see.
I'm not sure if it'll be the next weekend after that.
Let's see if we fit the qualifications. Minimum of 5,000 followers or subscribers on a single site. Well, our podcast has got at least that. You must record an announcement to your viewers on your channel that you will be showing early footage of Alpha 19. It can be its own video or part of your regular episodes. Okay, we could do that. You must sign the form and send a message.
We're going to be playing... we could do it right now? No?
You must sign up. You must sign up for this form and send me a message that includes the official business email address of your channel. Once we have verified that you are a content creator that qualifies, I will give you access to our streamer team's sub form. All announcements regarding the event will be made.
Sounds like we do qualify now.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time making all this, though. That's just a lot of work for a game.
Yeah.
So,
and what it'll do is, so for 2 or 3 days before, once they've done this, 2 or 3 days later, they'll be doing that stream weekend, and then the Alpha 19 will release a week after that.
Yeah. So it'll be out hopefully in the next 2 weeks.
Yep. And then we'll throw up a server and we'll give it a try because it looks like they've done a lot of improvements.
That's the reason we don't actually apply for these, because it would be literally Brian and myself.
and we enjoy playing with everybody.
It kind of defeats the entire purpose. A couple more screenshots.
Now they have screenshots from pretty much teasers for Alpha 19, and these are Joel, one of the main developers.
What are we looking at?
And he was making a comment. So he's making a comment on the improved lighting. So you can see how, it's just compared to the old 7 Days to Die, the lighting, they actually have the shadows correctly and kind of ambient lighting in there. And so this is the new lighting, and then they're showing one of the new zombies. So they've been going through and replacing some of their lower quality zombies with high quality versions. And this one they're calling Fat Mama Zombie. So Fat Mama, and she'll be in the next Alpha 19 release.
Very cool. We are rapidly approaching. Very exciting.
Yes. Okay, next we got ROE, so Ring of Elysium, and this is another battle royale, and they go through, and it seems like they're now doing a lot of skins. They just pretty much released. They've been changing the map, but they've been actually doing a lot for being a released game. They do a lot of changes still. Yeah. They've added in their pinnacle challenges. That's something they put back into the game, and the reward of this event includes a free Season 9 Adventure Pass. So if you do this challenge, you get a free season pass for that. They say event Children's Day card flip.
What is this?
So from June 1st through the June 7th, during the event, complete daily tasks to participate in the card flip lottery. Participate in 4 card flips for a free exclusive accessory, ice cream. Okay.
What? I don't. What is happening? What are these little stuffed animals for? Is this?
You get I don't know. You get an accessory. I don't. I
are
never
these the
seen
accessories?
Yeah, those are them. I don't know how they're in the game though. I don't know. I mean, this is Asia. I mean, things are.
This looks like some Chris Hansen have a seat kind of stuff. To be perfectly honest with you, I mean,
you get a game about killing each other, and then they've got little children's day card flips.
It just seems a little
whatever
off,
that means.
I mean, a little off base. I don't know what's going. I mean, they're cool, but just doesn't really seem
like
to
what's
fit
it doing in this game. Well, okay, go to the next picture and see if that matches the next picture that they show as an example.
So we're gonna do it again, Brian. A.
Yeah, we got our Children's Day card flip.
Or B.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah,
Nicolas
this is the new look they've
Cage.
been going for.
in Nicolas Cage over here with the Duck Dynasty guy hunting down terrorists.
Yeah. So,
A. Or B.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why that's in there.
It's so out of place.
I can't explain it, but that's what it is. So they added the Season 8 Adventurer Pass bundle priced at 1,980 points. The Adventurer Pass bundle includes the base Adventurer Pass, 20 instant tier boosts, and 10 exclusive supply boxes, random rewards, skins, accessories, etc. They added 3 levels to the Adventurer tier instant boost. So they have +1, +10, +20, priced at 150 E-points, 1,200 E-points, and 2,100 E-points. And their sale ends... it goes from May 28th to June 17th. So any of these tier boosts and the purchases, these better prices, go till the 17th.
I'm reading about card flips because I'm interested. It appears to be some sort of like thing that you do in school, I guess, which would kind of make sense as if it is for children. And it looks like something where you... like in the case of this, what I'm seeing here is like you answer a question, and depending on like what card you flip, there's like a reward. So it's kind of it seems like it's gambling to me, Brian.
Yeah, because it says lottery, card flip lottery.
Where's the outrage? we need some Hawaiian senator to bring up charges against Ring of Elysium.
Yeah,
and they're doing with children, folks. Children.
I know. I know. That's the funny thing. It's Children's Day card flip. Lottery.
Children's gambling.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
It does come from that region, so I mean.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want, I guess.
So
we got. Also, we have PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and they've gone through, added a couple systems in there. First of all, their ranked system. They've gone through and kind of reworked it. There's actually a video, so if you want to do that, they've got a how to play ranked mode video that they've added.
I can't.
So now let you play.
Find it. What?
It's right below.
No, I'll see it now.
Your save version?
Yeah, I thought I downloaded it. What is it called? No. All right. Well, hold on.
Ranked mode, how to play PUBG.
No, I'm stupid. It's all right. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this quick PUBG video.
Welcome back, survivors. One of the most requested features from the community has been a proper ranked mode, where players can put their skills to the test against others. We're happy to announce that an official ranked mode is finally coming to PUBG with update 7.2. But what is ranked mode? How do you play it? And what else do you need to know? Let's dive in and take a look. Ranked mode replaces the old survival title system, and is a separate queue from normal PUBG matches, featuring its own unique characteristics and rule set. To play a ranked match, navigate to the play button on the main menu, and find the ranked button in the sub-menu. In an effort to keep cheating out of ranked play, you'll need to link an SMS device before you're allowed to participate. Ranked games have a maximum of 64 players and can be played in FPP or TPP squads, though players do have the option of going in with fewer than 4 people. You'll first need to play 5 placement matches to determine your starting tier and division. Tiers progress from bronze to silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and master, with 5 divisions between each tier. As you play games, you'll earn and lose rank points, or RP, which move you up and down the rankings. Once you reach the end of Division 1 in any tier, your next win will promote you to the lowest division of the next tier. But be aware that poor performance can also lower your rank. When a game starts, your map will be randomly selected from Erangel, Miramar, or Sanhok. Ranked matches have their own rule set. which pulls from both normal and esports super settings. These settings mean more loot, a heavier focus on competitive weapons like ARs, altered blue zone settings to encourage more conflicts, and by very popular demand, no red zones. To check out the full rule set, visit our ranked mode dev letter linked below. Now that you know how you'll be fighting, let's dive into what's at stake. Ranked mode features unique rewards that you can't get anywhere else, and you start to earn them by simply finishing your placement matches. These initial rewards are special add-ons for your PUBG ID, but the bulk of the rewards are earned once you reach gold tier and consist of unique skins with a competitive ranked theme. For those who go above and beyond, there's a special PUBG ID reward for ranked players who finish in the top 500 of their territory. You can check out our new and improved leaderboard to see where everyone stands and how they got there. We've put a lot of thought into how to make ranked mode great, and your feedback has been invaluable here as well. A couple other things to go over before we wrap up. First of all, we want to reiterate that bots will not be in any ranked games. And as we stated before, we're putting a stronger focus on authentication to help prevent cheating. This means you might have to connect to your account to a cell phone or reach a certain level of mastery before being able to play ranked. We hope these measures will help keep ranked matches focused on pure competitive gameplay and skill. Ranked mode is coming with update 7.2, so get the squad together and get ready to show the battlegrounds what you're made of.
All right. Brian, can I be honest with you? I don't think we've ever seen a video on this show that I am less interested in at all. Like, that video was almost 3 minutes long. Nothing I saw in that video made me go, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Made me want to, not even the itch, not even the smallest itch to play PUBG after that video. Why? What's the problem? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with me?
I don't know. Like, the mechanics seemed new, different at the time. Now there's tons that are doing it better. And so it looks like an old, antiquated, old way of doing BR. It
doesn't even look good. Like, they showed I want to bring one little point back up, but I was like, damn, that looks awful. Look at this little thing here with the flare gun. Like, that just looks terrible. Like, it's just a low poly. It looks like garbage.
Yeah, but you got to remember their market, though. Who are they aiming for?
Like that. Look at that death animation. It looks like somebody hit a freaking brick wall and fell off. I don't know.
The thing is, they're most likely they're trying to make sure that it runs on lower end machines because of Asia. Asia
not even
has
Asia,
a
just
lot
in general.
But I'm saying that a lot of the PC gamers in Asia run on lower machines than some of the ones in the United States, and so they try to keep. They don't, unlike some of the other games where they're constantly upgrading the graphics, trying to keep it cutting edge. They don't seem to really try to do that with PUBG. There's a lot of the kind of basic level graphics still in there.
It just doesn't. It just nothing about it. Nothing about it gives me the urge to play the game, and that's not good. A lot of the and
yeah.
If you've watched this show for any period of time, almost most of the time when I see a video, I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Now I know for a fact I won't play the game, but it at least makes me want to play the game. Yeah. Not the case with this at all.
Yeah. So yeah, this is that's PUBG. If you do want to try the game, they are having a free weekend this weekend. So on the 4th through the 8th, you can play for free on Steam. And I'd be surprised if anyone in our group hasn't played it already, but you never know.
Yeah, that is
free.
Yes, sir.
Another one is we have the Long Dark, and they put out a hot fix for version 1.78. And on here, there's a list of fixes, UI changes, some changes to the various game modes, and there's some fix to their specific survival game mode that they have. One thing that they noted here says, due to technical issues, we have turned off the interactivity of our in-game notification relating to new telemetry system that has been released with Fearless Navigator. The opt-in to the system, please turn this on in the game's menu under options and privacy. So it's for marketing and things like that. If you wanted, if they had a notification that would pop up, you could click. Now you just go to options and privacy and you can opt in or out of that.
Cool.
But as far as fixes, I mean, they did a lot of changes with that spray system. Most of these have to do with the spray system decals and a lot of things having to do with that. So
All right.
That is The Long Dark.
I did. And then I bought it on last week's show. I have not played it though. I think I said I was going to play it this past week, and I'm a filthy liar. So sorry.
No, well, just try to put a little bit of time. I would, just go start going through the story mode. See, get through a couple sections of it and see how you like it.
Yes, sir.
And then Nisco, who goes out and finds tons of games, he found a game for us, and this is called Survivalist Invisible Strain on Steam, and there is a gameplay trailer for this. So if you want to play that, and it's currently 25% off on Steam if you want to purchase it.
The video I have is not a trailer; it's 11 minutes long.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is a game, just gameplay. Sorry, gameplay trailer.
All right.
But you can play it there. There's some sound, but there's not talking.
Okay. So
it has very positive right now ratings. It was released yesterday. So this is a action indie simulation strategy RPG game, kind of a survival game. So if you're interested in that style of game, it's $5. Being 25% off, it's now $5.24. So it's not a big giant game, but if you're looking for something that's kind of a single player or online co-op game and does Steam's cloud saves, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is a new kind of survival-y game.
Firebomb points out he likes the cartoony feel. Yeah, it does have a cool style effect. I'm not really sure what's going on. So you've got the middle of the screen where you're moving, but then the top right camera is like a front look at you. Why?
Yeah, it's like your face. I don't know. Well, maybe so you can see people coming behind you. Like, there's a lot of zombies. Oh, now it's showing the infected. I don't know, it's kind of a weird little effect.
Oh, it shows probably whoever you're like if you're who
your target
active
is
on. Yeah.
So this is a new game, came out yesterday. Might be interesting. It's only $5.24.
It's called Survivalist. It's called Survivalist Invisible Strain. There'll be a link in the show notes for it. You can also search for it on Steam. It's the developer's name is Bob. So I'm not sure exactly what this is. Well, hold on a second. It says.
I don't know how big it is.
It's an open-ended game about building a community after the collapse of civilization. You can recruit survivors by making them like you, or respect you, or fear you, or. You'll need to be able to keep them warm, keep them fed, and build a settlement to keep them safe from zombies, looters, and whatever else is out there. Use stealth, weapons, and words to achieve your objectives. So it seems like you build a little compound. I'm trying to see if there's any of that. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this, Brian. You build a little compound of people, and you have them like do your bidding for you. This is pretty neat.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd pay $5 for it, just because I don't think I'd play it. But for somebody that is into this style of game, it seems like it does a thing.
Yeah, it's for the price. It's supporting an indie developer as well. So usually, like if someone actually releases a game that seems to be decent, I like to try to support them, to encourage them to keep doing it, because how often do you see people actually release games nowadays?
Yes. So it's got 100 reviews, and 87% of them are very positive. So very cool.
Yep. All right, and I think that's it. I think we got through everything.
Brian, we're early, my man.
This is supposed to be the time that we're kind of wrapping it up. This is supposed to be the real time.
The real time with Nick and Brian. All right. Well, if that is the case, Amy's asking, can I recommend a game for you guys? Yeah, absolutely. Just throw it in chat. And we'll add it to our list of games that we check out. Well, I should say a list that Brian keeps on his hot cold rotation of things to check out every once in a while.
Yep.
Well, let's do quick current players and see what's going on around in the world of video games as of now. Currently playing Ark Survival Evolved, 37,924. The 24-hour peak, 58,809, with a 7-day peak of 70,840. Moving on over to Rust, which has seen a little bit of a decline. Ark back in the top here, 36,414. The 24-hour peak, 54,687, with a 7-day peak of 78,070. Interesting number there. Let's take a look at 7 Days to Die. Really strong numbers coming into what is going to be Alpha 19. 12,180 people currently playing. 14,105 is your 24-hour peak, with a 7-day peak of 19,222. Let's take a look at Deadside. Currently playing 1,567. The 24-hour peak, 2,109, with a 7-day peak of 3,069. And Brian, not the hottest numbers in the world from XERA. Currently playing 43, the 24-hour peak 62, and not even able to crack 100 on the 7-day peak. 98 players for the 7-day peak there on XERA. So hopefully we'll see a rebirth in these numbers on the huge update that those guys just worked on over there. But struggling a little bit on the current player side from XERA. So if I should have played, we would have been 99. I feel like a jerk now.
Yep. Well, we'll do it. We'll have to play again. It was actually a lot of fun, so we'll have to play it again. So,
sir.
All right. You ready for tip of the week?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Usually I give a general gaming tip or for a specific game. As this will be playing some Blackwake. I figured that will be our tip of the week. All right, so in Blackwake, being that it's currently very cheap to get, I thought it'd be fun to give you some tips for that. And in Blackwake, there's a number of weapons that you can choose from. First of all, the musket is that starting weapon that you get. It's pretty good accuracy, generally used for sniping. They also have a blunderbuss, and that is more of a shotgun. So if you're looking to do up close damage, maybe you're getting ready to run into a melee combat fight, you can kind of keep that shotgun on you, do a quick shot before you switch to your melee weapon. They have something called a knock gun, and that's a musket that shoots 7 bullets at once. It's a very powerful gun, but it takes a long time to reload the gun. So you need to be careful when using it. Also, you can't use your iron sights while using it. And then there's a hand mortar, and this shoots grenades, but you got to keep in mind the grenades do not affect the ship, so they won't do damage to the ship, to other ships, but they will do damage to players. There are other types. Those are the main rifle type of weapons. They also have the melee weapons that I discussed and sidearms, so like pistols, smaller, shorter range weapons for that, and then special weapon types, which I think has like a grenade and some other weapons. So when you're getting in there and getting started, now you'll hopefully have an idea of what these various weapons will do and which ones you might want to carry with you depending on your play style. And hopefully we will see you on Friday for our game of the week. And that is tip of the week.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I am very excited for Blackwake. I have not played it in, probably close to 2 years at this point. But when I did play it, we had a freaking ball. It requires your team to be, it requires so much teamwork. And you're playing with now obviously you play with your friends, but there's so many other random people you're playing with online that it turns into a real disaster. And by the way, I was spot on, Brian. The last time I played this game, June 2nd, 2018, literally 2 years ago.
Nice. Well, we'll play it again.
I'm not ever right on anything. I just nailed that.
You're right earlier. You called me out on it.
Oh yeah, I was right. I was absolutely right. Yeah.
So one. Let's go ahead. How many keys of these do you want to do? 3?
Yeah,
how many keys do you want to give away?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So our first one, congratulations, Amy Chibi. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. You'll get 1 copy. And do we want to do it for him? No, we're not. Yeah, it's cheater. I don't know why there we go. Oh, it's Judd. And then we'll do one more. I don't know why it's repeating. It's taking them out. And then Firebombs. Congratulations. I will send you all 3 copies. I just got to make sure that my list is correct. I'll send them a little bit later after the show because I want to verify which keys I've given away and which ones I haven't, so I don't give you a bad key.
Yeah, that's not us.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. I think that's it for that.
Yeah, we're going to be under 2 hours. That's pretty impressive.
We're right on time.
We're under time. People are going to be like, normally 220. What the hell's going on with 150? Well, whatever. You got what you
Like
paid
I
for.
still have like 15 minutes left on my lawn, mowing my lawn or whatever.
Yeah. Well, hey, it sucks to be you. Donate more. No, I'm kidding. This is where the paywall comes into effect here. So we're gonna be playing Blackwake on Friday night. Hopefully you'll join us for that. All right, Brian. Anything else?
Nope. If you want to find me, you can find me at Boise Computer on Twitter. Of course, my blog, biteoftech.com. Also, you can go check out my our website, infectionpodcast.com. If you look on the right-hand side there, you'll see our join our server on Discord. And that's a place where if you want to participate in the game giveaway or in the game of the week, if you want to submit news topics, if there's something you'd like us to look at, discuss, we have a news channel in there. Also, we have in there, if you look, for instance, if you're a Twitch Prime sub, we have a channel in there that lets you see a lot of the updates that we review and look at through every week. If you want to watch the video form of the podcast, we have those available on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, and BitChute. Also, we have our channel that's available on the website for our pre and post shows. Also, the audio only versions are at the lower right. So whatever kind of platform you happen to be using, we've got plenty of options for that. We have show notes now for 281 episodes of the podcast. So if you want to maybe watch a video, if you're listening to it and you wanted to watch a video or refer to an article that we were talking about, we'll have all of those linked in the show notes. If you want to support us, as you heard through the show, Amazon Prime and the Twitch subs, those are a great way to do that. Those pretty much pay for our trip to PAX. Also, we have on there, if for amazon.infectionpodcast.com, or if you're going to do any Humble Bundle purchases, humble.infectionpodcast.com. And that we really appreciate, because those things make a big difference as we come up to PAX. So thank you very much. Oh, I can't hear you.
I want to thank our friends Green Man Cartoon and UGX Vibe, Brian, both hitting us up with 28-month subscriptions, tier 1 subs. So these guys are the true MLG. So gentlemen, we greatly appreciate it. Except UGX Vibe's comment, not necessary, but hey, to each their own. So we appreciate both you guys and everybody else that supports the program. As of now, PAX West is on. So if they don't have some like crazy stupid regulations where it's like, oh, you can only bring 2 people, then we'll be there. If they have some of that BS, we're not going. But yeah, it's on for.
They may require masks or something. Who knows? Yeah,
we'll see. And I mean, I'm flexible, but I want to be able to cover it in its entirety and make sure that there's things. If we're gonna drop, because if we look at the trip, it cost me $500 or $600 to fly. I know it costs our friend Lance $500 or $600 to fly. It costs Brian a couple hundred, Sean a couple hundred. If Green Man comes, it God only knows. So between the flights and the Airbnb, we're spending, and food and things, we're spending $3,000 or $4,000 combined at least. So we want to make sure it's a good quality show and we can actually get some good content. I mean, it'd be cool to just go and hang out, but at the end of the day, we want to get some good content for the program. So, Brian, thank you very much as always, my friend. I appreciate it. We will see you Friday night for Blackwake, and then we will see you again next Tuesday for another episode of Infection. Alrighty, folks. My name is, as always, Nick Craig. You can follow me on Twitter at Nicholas M. Craig. If you missed any portion of our show notes, images, pictures, videos, blogs, speculations, the actual source of the Doom article that I was right about, you can find all of that on our website. It's infectionpodcast.com. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Stay safe. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.